let's take a look at the point of view camera that I use. This is the Contour Roam One. They have the upgraded version, which is the Roam 2. The only difference is the 2 is totally waterproof and the Roam 1 is water resistant. So when you get the camera, let's see what all it comes with. When your camera arrives, it comes in this nice little lucite case for storage. And inside there, of course, the camera. A nice little lens cover. The USB cable with the micro cable on the end of it so you can hook it into your computer. And I got the waterproof kit, so we also have a waterproof case, mounting accessories for the case, and the headband to make it a POV camera. Unfortunately, it does not come with the micro SD card. Not a big deal. So let's get our camera set up for the first time use. What you're going to do is you're going to open the back of it. If you notice that little white dot there, that means it's locked. We push it over to the left, it is unlocked. We push up, the little door comes open. In the back of the camera, we've got a whole bunch of neat little stuff. Right there is where your USB port plugs in. Up here is a button that resets the camera back to factory in case you really screw it up. There's where your micro SD card goes in. And down here you have another little button that formats the card. I'm recommending formatting the card with the camera so you won't have any mistakes. This goes in just like you put it in your cell phone. Pop it in the hole and then you give it a little push and it locks itself in place. Okay, our card is secure. If you notice down here at the bottom, there's a little bitty port where you put a pin in there to format. Now before you go any further, I do recommend charging the camera all the way up. There's two ways of doing this. Plug that in the back and plug this into your PC. Or a lot of times I'll use an old cell phone charger and just plug that in there and plug it into the wall and let the camera charge up. Now we'll talk about the charging light and the charging times. So we got that done. The next thing we get to do is we're going to push this little pin. Now it comes with a yellow pin, but I've lost it a long time ago, into this hole, and we're going to hold it in for a couple seconds. And if you notice at the top, the lights are going to flash. And you can see the card light, which is flashing right now. It's formatting the card. It takes anywhere from 7 to 13 seconds. Okay, the card is formatted and we are ready to start filming. Shut the back. Lock the back door. Okay, let's talk about the lights on the top of it right now. We've got two here in the back. We got your battery light and we got your card light. And then the bottom here is another record light. And inside the camera there's a laser. And the laser is so you can aim the lens because it rotates 180 degrees. So no matter what angle you have it at, you can line it up and make sure your shot's right. So we're going to put that back on 0. There's a little arrow at the end, and we'll zero that out. To activate the laser and to put the camera through its test mode, there's a button on the back. We're simply just going to push that in and hold it for a second. The lights will flash. Green means the battery's good, and green means the card's good. Now if it's flashing red over here at the card, that means it's either not formatted right or full. Now let's take a look at the laser for lining. We're going to push it in again, and at the front of the car or the camera, the laser light will show up and show you where your lens is pointed and the angle it is so you can get your shot lined up correctly. Now of course this will not show up in the daylight, so I do recommend doing this indoors before you head out into the field. Okay, this only lasts for a couple seconds there, then it automatically shuts off. We are ready to start recording. All you do is you flip the lever forward, you'll see the red light right there. And then on the front of your camera, you'll see another red light, and you've started recording what's going on around you. Record times vary, so we'll get into that here in a little bit when we go through the actual camera settings. So we got some footage on there and we want to take a look at what we have. So we're going to simply shut our camera off, pop the back of this open. plug our USB port in here, and we're simply going to plug that into the computer. Now, a little heads up, we need to go to their website and download their software called Storytime, and I do recommend using it. It is good software. So here we're at the home page of the website. We're going to buzz all the way down here to the bottom where it says downloads, and we're simply just going to click on Storyteller, and we're going to download that real quick. There we go. And we'll just save that file to the computer. Okay, that's what we got our file in. Let's override that real quick, no big deal. We're going to load the software in the computer. So the next thing we get to do is plug the camera in so we can offload our video. Of course, if you have any other software in there, it's going to bring it up, but I do recommend using their software, so we're going to shut that off. And by default, it automatically puts the files of anything in your camera, let's go bring that up real fast, in your videos. And let's say contour library, which will be right there. Okay. So let's bring this back up again. In here you're going to see a whole bunch of cool stuff. Obviously we got our video that we just took, and we're going to go ahead and select that and import that into our computer. And it's only going to take a couple seconds because it is a small video. Now you're going to have the option of keep the original in your camera or delete the original. I usually delete them just to save room in the camera. So we can do this two ways. We can go down here and we can either view the video from the library and the video will show up, or we're just going to make this small real quick and you can either view it with Windows Media Player. We'll just find the file, which is right here. We'll click on it, and there's the video we shot. Okay, let's talk about the camera settings. So what we're going to do, click on that and click the settings button, and it's going to bring up this screen right here. And on this screen you can change the name of the camera, change the frames per second, and come down here you can change it either from 1080, drop that down. This is tall HD for action shots, 720, or you can do custom photos. So we're going to leave that on 1080 because that's where that works the best for me. Of course, down here a little bit lower we can mess with our audio quality. We have the mic sensitivity, which is right here. You can turn it down, up, whichever you want to do with it. I've got it all the way up. Or you can turn the camera beeps on or off, and I like to have the camera beeps on. So over here we just go to the right hand corner and hit save, and that saves all the features in your camera. And what happens the next time you turn your camera on and off, it will save whatever you changed in it. Alright, now we looked how to offload our video. Okay, let's talk about some of the specs. How long can you get on one charge? Well, that really depends if you are filming at 1080 or 720, but the manufacturer says 3.5 hours. In all reality, I imagine it's probably 2 hours, depending on the weather conditions. How long does it take to charge up? Anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, depending on how low the battery is. Now, I found this entire kit on Amazon for about $160 with shipping, so not that big of a deal. But it's been a really good camera, and I haven't had any problems with it. So there's another option that you can use out in the field for a POV camera. Comments are more than welcome, and like always, thanks for watching.